Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, backups are important. Restore from /TMP. A PC without Wi-Fi is like making a pizza without dough. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Backups are important. Hi there. Been lurking this subreddit for some time, so I have decided today to make my first post. My background: I work in retail, 16 years and counting. I have the sole responsibility for the hardware/tech department, office equipment, laptops, monitors, printers, etc., as well as returns and complaints. This might sound like a lot for some, but considering our store is in a town with only about 30,000 inhabitants, I'm not drowning in work. I don't have any formal education related to computers, mostly been facing a problem and learning how to solve it as they show up. This story takes place in 2012, so I have a few years of experience troubleshooting various PC problems. Enter stage left, female with a laptop case on her shoulder and a smile on her face. Center stage, me with all the spotlights directly on me. Fleeing stage right, all my coworkers. FC female customer. Me, yours truly. Me, hi, welcome to, how can I help you? FC, hi, I've heard from a friend that you sell in computers. Me, yes we do, are you looking to buy one? FC, maybe, but I have my problem with my computer. Do you repair computers that are bought somewhere else? Me, that depends on the problem and whether or not your computer still have a valid warranty. FCO, it's more than 4 years old, so I'm not so worried about that. I bought it from, but they could only reinstall, and since I don't have any backups of personal files, I can't do that. My friend also spoke very highly of you, and how you solved their problem. Me, can you describe what problem you are experiencing? FC, I can't log in. It worked fine yesterday, but today it just won't work. Me, okay, we can at least take a look and see if it's a quick fix. FC hands me the laptop, and I place it on the counter so we both see the screen. Press the power button and hear the fans start spinning, getting one BIOS beep, and then see the brand logo light up on the screen. After 2 to 3 seconds it disappears, screen stays black longer than usual, and at this point I start to realize what's wrong. It's not a quick fix. Me, have it always taken this long after showing the logo? FC, no, normally it have brought up the login screen after a few seconds. At this point I'm starting to suspect a corrupt Windows install or HDD failure. Me, do you know if your computer installed any updates last time you used it? FC, I turned it off last night, I didn't pay attention, but it did take a lot longer than usual to shut down. Me, okay, so I suspect there is one or more updates that have corrupted the Windows install. The only thing I can try to do is the same as in reinstall. Having said that, I looked up from the screen. Tears are streaming down her face. Now I don't know about you, but me facing a crying woman, I did not know what to do or say. I just stood there looking at her, afraid to say anything or do something wrong. FC, is there absolutely nothing you can do? Me, based on my knowledge and the equipment I have right now, I'm afraid not. Based on your reaction, I assume there is something really important on your computer? FC, yes, I have a lot of pictures and some documents. But most important is the research I've done on my family. Me, genealogy? Google Translate Norwegian-English, hope it makes sense. FC, yes. At this point I realize why she is so upset. My dad spent several years doing the same thing for our family, going back hundreds of years. Knowing how much work was connected with this kind of research, I couldn't let FC leave our store without at least some hope of getting her files back. Especially since her friend, also a customer at our store, had sent her to me. Me, what software did you use? FC. Me, I'm not familiar with that myself, but my dad uses the same software. I tell you what, I don't have the necessary tools here today. But if you want, you can leave your laptop here. I'll log the service case as usual so you get your service receipt. Tomorrow I'll bring in tools from home, but I need yours and my manager's go ahead to use them. I'm fairly certain they might help at least recover the files you need. I have used them successfully before on a friend's laptop. As long the HDD in your laptop is working fine, it should work. FC, yes, please do it, whatever it takes. So I finish up the paperwork with FC and she leave the store. My manager passed us while FC was crying and asked me what was going on. After giving him the short version and asking if he was okay with me using personal tools on customers' PC, he said, "You don't need to ask me about that, do what it takes." I finish work, go home and check that my tools are actually working on my computer. Works fine. I call my dad, catch up a bit and tell him about FC, her laptop and the software she used. He could tell me the software used a database file stored on the HDD to store all the data from. Nice, all set. Now I just need to figure out where that file is located and we're good. Right. I'm so glad Google exists, wouldn't be able to figure it out without it. Next day, I arrive at work and immediately start working on FC's computer. I insert my tool USB flash drive with Knoppix Live and press the power button. Same procedure as when FC dropped her laptop, all fine until screen is black again. Now I'm starting to sweat a little. Palm meet forehead. I forgot to check the boot priority in BIOS. Sure enough, USB is dead last on the list. Having fixed that, Knoppix starts booting. Takes a while. I'm starting to sweat a little more. Screen goes black. Stays black for an unusual amount of time. I'm gonna need a new shirt soon. Knoppix desktop finally decide to show up. I navigate to the point I can access the HDD contents, and double-click the HDD icon. All the folders show up. As far I can tell, the HDD is working normally. I find the folder for and copy the entire folder to my USB drive. I also grab the documents and pictures folder, as they are small enough to fit on my USB drive. I turn off the PC, take the USB flash drive to my work desktop to verify the files are actually on the flash drive. They are. After resetting the laptop with the built-in factory reset, I reinstall, place the database file where it should be. Also put the pictures and documents folders where they belong. Call FC and tell her I'm done and for her to return to our store to pick up her laptop. Not even 15 minutes later. FC, hi. Me, turns around, sees FC. Oh, hey. You got here fast. FC, yes, I couldn't wait. I bring the laptop and let FC turn it on. Boots like it should, and automatically logs in since I didn't set a password. From this point on I move away so I don't see what's on the screen. Me, please try to open your documents and pictures folder and verify it's all there. After a few clicks, FC can confirm her pictures and documents looks just like she is used to. Me, excellent. Please open and verify all the data is there. After a few more clicks, I see her cover her mouth with her hands. Tears start streaming. She looks up from the screen. FC, it's all there. Oh my God, it's all there. Me, are you sure? FC, yes. Come here. FC then grabs one of my arms, pulling me towards her and wraps her arms around me, giving me a hug. Not wanting to make it awkward, I hug her back. For a good 10 to 15 seconds she is crying. I'm getting emotional myself, and there's 2 coworkers and some customers nearby wondering what the F# hashtag is going on. FC, how much do I owe you? Me, rough estimates calculations in my head, let's see, I spent about 2 hours total, so let's say $50. FC, staring at me, are you serious? That's way too cheap. I'll pay double. I insist. Me, oh, that's very generous of you, but FC, double it. End of story. She did pay twice what I asked, and after finishing the paperwork and giving FC a crash course on how to use USB flash drives and online storage as backup, she left the store. Restore from /TMP? Hi, long-time lurker, first-time poster. I used to work for a university in the computer science department as a sysadmin. We provided enterprise-level storage for users' home directories and other data as required. We used a common Linux image for all our supported desktops, which mounted home directories via NFS. We explained repeatedly that we did not back up desktop disks unless specially requested. This worked very well as users could recover files deleted accidentally using snapshots, and could access files from any desktop. Users could not save data to the local HD unless we gave them access. We had a lot of money tied up in the file server, and we wanted folks to use it. Of course, folks could save to /TMP, and so our story begins. One afternoon, I'm walking down a hallway after we had an unscheduled power outage. The campus infrastructure was bit long in the tooth, so this would happen from time to time. A student approached me and said she was worried she had lost some data due to the outage. I launched into my well-rehearsed spiel about how her data was protected, the file server was on a UPS, everything should be there. She then tells me no, her files were in /TMP on her desktop, and since we back up everything, she just needs me to restore it. Now on most Linux distros, /TMP is cleared at every boot, and this was the case with us. I thought she was kidding me and start to laugh. Right, we back up /TMP on 200 desktops, why would we do that? Then I see she is looking sick, like she's going to toss her cookies. I quickly put on my serious, how can I help you face? Some quick questioning, and it turns out she had been saving project files in /TMP for the entire semester. As gently as I can, I explain her files are gone, and try to find out why on earth she thought this a good place to save important files. I talked to her advisor to try and find out if someone was handing out bad information, like we back up everything on every desktop HD. He just rolled his eyes and said she would have time to redo the work. I felt kind of bad for her, but she was a graduate student in computer science, I thought she should know better. A PC without Wi-Fi is like making a pizza without dough. A few years ago, a customer purchased a PC from one of our stores and called in because he was unable to connect via the Wi-Fi. Me, thank you for calling computers. How may I help you today? Pizza chef, yes, I've purchased a computer and I'm having trouble connecting to Wi-Fi. Me, I'm sorry to hear that. So I can see what you have, can you provide me with your system's ID number? PC, sure, it's XXXXXXXX. Me, looks at system info and noticed the system doesn't include any Wi-Fi. Looks like your system doesn't come with any sort of Wi-Fi built into the system. Right now, in order to connect to the internet, you'll need to use an Ethernet cable for now, or purchase either an internal PCIe Wi-Fi card or a USB Wi-Fi adapter. PC, what do you mean it doesn't have Wi-Fi? It's 2018. I even read online that 90% of all computers sold all come with Wi-Fi. You just sold me a defective computer. Me, that may be true that a lot of systems nowadays are sold with Wi-Fi, it still means that there are some that don't come with Wi-Fi built in, which would mean your computer is in that 10%. PC, while explaining this, customer was trying to find more articles to prove his theory but only ended up debunking him further. Look, I just found another article that says 77%. Building a computer without Wi-Fi is like making a pizza without dough. It's completely useless. Admit you sold me a defective PC. Me, there's nothing really defective about it, as not having Wi-Fi doesn't make it defective. Also, Wi-Fi is not necessary for the PC to work, as it's more of an add-on topping like olives, which isn't required to be on a pizza. After all that, he threatened to return it for a refund but never followed through.